In today's advanced vocabulary lesson, we're going to look at some vocabulary to talk about books. Hello and welcome to another video. My name's Alex. In today's lesson, we're going to look at some advanced vocabulary to talk about books. So reading is a great way to practice your English, and talking about books is always an interesting topic. So we're going to look at some different expressions and vocabulary that we can use to describe books, and we're also going to think about a couple of sentences we can use to talk about authors as well. So let's dive straight in and look at the first expression. So our first expression that we could use for describing a book is to say it's a compelling tale. Okay, so I want to focus here on this compelling tale part. So tale obviously means story, and compelling means it's very interesting and engaging. So it's something that holds your attention. We're going to look at quite a lot of different vocabulary where we can almost say the same thing with slight differences here, but it's a compelling tale. It really kept you interested. You found it engaging and it held your attention throughout. It was a compelling tale. Also, we could say it's a chilling account of a murder. So obviously, a little bit more detail here. So a chilling account. So account here again means a story or a retelling of this, and chilling in this sentence here means it causes great fear. It's nothing to do with refrigerators or anything like that, but a chilling account means it made you feel really afraid. Also, we could say about a book is that it's a real page turner. It's a real page turner. So this is pretty obvious here. I guess it keeps on, it makes you keep on turning the page all of the time, so it keeps you interested. It doesn't get boring at any point during the read, during the book. It's a real page turner. Also about a story or a book, we could say it's a gripping story. It's a gripping story. So again, it's a little bit similar to it being compelling. It's gripping. It's so interesting or exciting that it holds your attention really well. It's a gripping story. It holds your attention because it's so interesting or because it's so exciting. We could also say it's compulsive reading. So that's quite strong. It's compulsive reading. So it's like it's difficult to stop reading it once you've started. So similar in meaning to it's a real page turner, it's compulsive reading. It's once you start reading it, you just can't stop because it's so compulsive reading. With a similar meaning to that, we can say you just can't put it down. It's compulsive reading, you just can't put it down. Once you start reading it, you don't want to stop, you don't want to put it down. You say you just can't put it down, you have to keep on reading. Okay, and now a couple of negative ways to describe books that perhaps you don't like that much. So first of all, you could say it's rather lightweight. It's rather lightweight. So this means it's not complex, it's a little bit simple, it doesn't have a lot of substance to it. It's rather lightweight. Also, you could say it's heavy going and hard to get into. So this means it's difficult to read. Maybe it's overly complex compared to it being lightweight, or just for some reason you can't get into it, you can't, get the point of it, and it's difficult for you to, keep on going with it, and it's the opposite of a page turner. So we can say it's heavy going and it's hard to get into. Also, if you're talking about the story of a book, you could talk about the story's protagonist. So the protagonist in this case is the main character in the story. The story's protagonist is like the hero or the main person involved in the story. Also, another way of talking about a book is you could say it really was ahead of its time. It really was ahead of its time. So, it's talking about ideas or concepts that nobody had thought about at that time, or maybe it was written in a way that seemed futuristic, and perhaps it wasn't so successful at that time because people didn't get it, they didn't understand it, because it really was ahead of its time. Also, you might want to talk about the author. So we could say the book was written by an acclaimed author. So focus on this acclaimed author part. You can say acclaimed author means that this author was praised by the public or by critics as well. So acclaimed author means basically that people are saying nice things about this author and they are praised in general. Could be by the public, or it could be critically acclaimed, which means it is the critics who are praising it in that case. You could also say his or her books attract a wide readership. So readership here is the number of people who read the book. So a wide readership means a lot of different people, a large number of people as well, read this guy's book. So his books attract a wide readership. And the final thing we could say about an author is, in this case, it's quite a common thing, especially in the past. We say she wrote it under a male pseudonym. She wrote it under a male pseudonym. So a pseudonym is when you use a name other than your own to publish a book. So there's lots of cases in the past of female authors writing under male names because it was easier to publish, or it attracted more people as a male author. But even these days, some people do it. J.K. Rowling is a famous example, who wrote under a male pseudonym after the Harry Potter books. So it does happen, but now for, thankfully, slightly different reasons. If you'd like to practice some of this vocabulary, then tell me about the book you're reading just now or your favourite book in the comments, and I'll correct your sentences for you. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, obviously follow me on social media, check out my website learningiswithalex.com, where you can read my blog about language learning. You can also see the events that are coming up, all of my live lessons and the schedule of lessons for the month ahead. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.